You may not think that bees have a lot to do with cocktails, but they actually do more than you think. Aside from pollinating all the herbs, fruits and flowers that we use in a majority of cocktails that we make every day, they also produce the honey that goes into products like Warner's Honeybee Gin. We join Dan and Jonny from Warner's as they show us how to use the honeybee expression in a cocktail.
Welcome to Warner's Distillery here in the village of Carrington in Northamptonshire, England. My name is Jonny Easter. I'm the beekeeper here and the sustainability manager.
Hi, I'm Dan Lucus. I'm the brand ambassador for Warner's. Hope you guys are doing well. So the cocktail we're going to be making for you today, and I'll try my best to put on a French accent, is the Jardin D'été. It basically stands for summer garden, so we're using the Honeybee Gin. We're going to be using some Lillet Blanc, sort of a semi-sweet white vermouth. We're going to be using lemon juice, we're going to be using lavender syrup. So let's go ahead and make the cocktail. First thing you want to do is fill your shaker up with ice. So once your shaker's full of ice, we're going to start with our Honeybee Gin first. So we're going to do 40 mils of Honeybee Gin. Pop that straight in there. And then we're going to go with 20 mils of our Lillet Blanc vermouth. You can use any semi-sweet wine, dried vermouth. Lemon juice, 20 mils of that as well. And then we are going to go with, this is some lavender syrup that we have prepared for. If you want to make a syrup, it's 1 part water, 1 part sugar, and then you can make a sugar syrup out of anything. So you just steep the lavender in there, let it sit for a while, and then you can strain. Dried or fresh, it's completely up to you. That's the easiest way to make any sugar syrup. You can get really creative with it. So we're going to go with 10 mils lavender syrup. Pour in here. Drop it in here. And then we're going to give it a shake. Right, so once you're all shaken up and it's cold, what we're going to do is we're going to double strain so we don't get those ice shards in there as well. So we're going to put one here and one here as well, and you just pour it in to your coupe glass. There you go. Get that in nice and there, and then what we're going to do is, once that's all in, is simply garnish with a lovely, lovely bit of lavender just on top here.
So surprisingly, for those that haven't tasted the Honeybee Gin yet, it's not particularly sweet. A lot of people expect it almost to be like a liqueur. It's not. It's a gin, which means it's predominantly juniper, coriander, angelica forward. And then it's balanced with the citrus notes. We use fresh orange peel, lemon peel, grapefruit peel, and fresh lime, fresh quince, fresh ginger. And then that's balanced with some really beautiful spices like grains of paradise, cubeb. So it's a very complex gin. It's got 28 different botanicals, and it's certainly not a honey-forward gin. That's not the point. The honey is to balance the floral notes of this gin. So we use honey from our hives, and what we don't produce here on the farm, we'll work with local beekeepers to put just local Northamptonshire honey into the Honeybee Gin. But what that does is it captures the floral notes of the honey, really balanced with the botanicals that we've put in here. So it's not the honey as the dominant flavour, as people might expect, but it's a beautifully well-balanced gin.
The flavour of the cocktail comes across quite citrus forward, so it's very well-rounded. It starts off very citrusy, but smooth, well-rounded honey at the end.
And I think what's interesting about what honey does, so it's added post-distillation, and what it does is it changes the viscosity of this gin. It coats the palate a bit more.
It sits in between our dry gin and our sort of our sweet flavoured range.
So here at Fool's Farm we have an apiary where we look after 1.2 million bees. We rely on the bees for a lot of the pollination of the botanicals that we grow. It's the bees that are pollinating the blackthorn in our hedgerows for our sloe gin. It's the nectar that goes back into the hives for the Honeybee Gin. The bees are an important part of the landscape here at the farm. So we are a part of nature and not apart from nature. So connecting product with the role that nature plays, and honeybees is just one of them. There's been some work that we've done alongside conservation charities. We're 1% for the Planet members, which means that we give back to conservation work around pollinators and hedgerows as well here at the farm. So we won the Footprint Sustainability Award for a piece of work we did called Operation Honeybee, and that was looking at habitat suitability at the farm for pollinators, working with students from the local university on projects around habitat mapping. Pack wildflower seeds on each packet to try and engage customers to make space for nature. It's a real focus around how products can facilitate environmental action on this particular gin.
And there you have it. There's the Jardin D'été Summer Garden. Cheers, everyone.